Want to create a brand new website with HostGator, or maybe move your existing one here, but feeling confused by all the different hosting plans? Shared, Cloud, WordPress, Hatchling, Baby. With names like these, it's no wonder you need a HostGator plans review. Don't worry, I've got one right here. Let's dive into the swamp and get HostGator hosting explained for you. HostGator is one of the oldest and most popular web hosting companies, especially in the US, known for its blah, blah, blah. Okay, you know HostGator, I know it, your mom knows it. So let's skip the intro and talk about the actual HostGator plans. If you have no clue what your web project will eventually look like, then the best HostGator plan for beginners I can recommend is the Shared Hosting Hatchling plan. If that's your situation, hit the discount link below and grab the plan. It includes hosting for up to 10 websites, a free domain name, a free migration tool, and even a content delivery network. But if you're still deciding or have a different project in mind, here's why starting with HostGator's most affordable plan makes sense. The 10 website and 10 gigabyte storage limit is more than enough for most beginner projects. And if you're wondering how HostGator pricing works, it's pretty straightforward. The price you see is the discounted starting rate, which makes it great for testing the service without spending too much. Just keep in mind that once the initial period ends, your monthly fee will increase, like it does with almost every hosting provider. That said, compared to others, HostGator's renewal rates are relatively tame. Although if you're comparing HostGator versus Bluehost, Bluehost does handle renewals a bit more gently. We're starting with shared hosting not just because it's the most affordable option, but also because it's the easiest to understand and use, especially for beginners. And don't take it the wrong way, but I assume most of you watching are just starting out. So I always try to tailor these videos with that in mind. That's why shared hosting, with its simple interface and built-in tools, is the best fit for your first project. And if that 10 gigabytes of storage sounds small, trust me, try filling it up first before worrying about upgrades. No need to spend extra money on things you might not even use yet. Sound good? All right, so let's get straight to the point in this quick HostGator tutorial. The baby plan is really just a hatchling plan with bigger limits. Nothing else new is added. It's a solid option if you like the first plan but need a bit more room to grow. Now, the business plan is, no surprise here, meant for business websites. The most important extras you get are free daily backups and domain privacy, which helps protect your personal info from spammers and bad actors online. Both are key when you're establishing a legit presence, and honestly, the price is pretty reasonable compared to other providers. But what if your business is all about selling online? HostGator offers e-commerce hosting, which is optimized for online stores and gives you all the tools to launch a single site. Just keep in mind, you can only create one store per account. So while these plans are decent, there's better value out there with providers like Hostinger or more tailored control if you go with Shopify. Personally, I think the e-commerce plans are the weakest link in HostGator's otherwise solid hosting lineup. Now, what about those of you who love working with WordPress? HostGator's WordPress hosting plans come with pre-installed WordPress, enhanced speed, and better security, making them a solid pick, especially when compared to the weaker e-commerce options. While shared hosting already gives you decent resources, these WordPress plans offer extra performance boost and optimizations. As a WordPress fan myself, I'd say they're the best value, but let's be real. Will you get bad performance if you go with regular shared hosting instead? Not at all. Aside from a few added perks, they're nearly identical. The main difference is that WordPress hosting skips the hatchling plan and adds a beefier pro option that supports up to 100 websites. Okay, so when should you actually upgrade from shared hosting? If you want more control, better performance, and don't want to share your resources with others, then it's time to look at HostGator's virtual private servers. VPS hosting is ideal for sites that see traffic spikes or need more reliability. While HostGator's VPS plans are a bit pricier, they come with more resources and a dedicated IP included, which is a nice bonus, especially for e-commerce. That said, I do wish the plans were more flexible, like being able to add more resources without also increasing storage space, and also you're locked into using cPanel as your OS. Still, no matter your experience level, I'd recommend starting with the snappy 2000 plan. It gives you 100 gigabytes of storage, which is more than enough for most projects, and you can always scale up later. I'd also like to talk about HostGator shared versus cloud hosting, but sadly, for some unknown reason, cloud hosting is no longer supported by HostGator. It's a bit of a shame, but I guess they have their reasons. Now, if virtual private servers aren't enough, you can remove the virtual part and go for dedicated hosting, just by the fact that you're the only user owning that entire server. Yeah, the price is pretty high. But this type of hosting is only meant for big projects that actually bring in revenue. My small gripe with HostGator here is that I wish these plans were a bit more customizable, especially since there are only 3 options. Some middle ground would be nice. Comparing both VPS and dedicated server pricing, it's slightly above the industry average, but you do get more resources overall. Lastly, and this probably applies to about 1% of you, HostGator actually lets you resell its hosting under your own name. So if you're working with multiple clients, it might be a good way to maximize your profit while letting HostGator handle all the technical stuff. Now, HostGator doesn't just live in one swamp in Florida. It's actually a fully localized provider with different versions for Brazil, India, and of course the US markets. And when I say different, I mean it. It's not just translated text and adjusted pricing. You actually get completely different plans depending on where you want to host your site. On top of that, if you know someone in those regions who wants to build a website but doesn't speak English that well, HostGator offers customer support in their native language, which is a huge plus. Talking about HostGator customer support, they offer 24/7, 365 help through live chat, phone, and a ticket system. The live chat is pretty responsive, though I've noticed wait times can increase during busy periods. Nothing too major though. While support quality can vary slightly by region, in all my tests, each version of HostGator support managed to resolve my issues. So don't worry, you won't be left to fend for yourself. So, which HostGator plan is best? Whether you're just starting out or looking to scale up, get it? Alligator? Scales? HostGator plans can fit whatever stage you're at. Personally, I recommend starting with the baby plan and upgrading as your needs grow. To get the most up-to-date discount, scan the QR code on screen or check the description below. Just don't wander off into the swamp without a proper discount. And happy hosting with HostGator. Thanks for watching my HostGator Hosting Explained video. If you want more content like this for other providers or a deeper Hostinger versus HostGator comparison, let me know in the comments. Also, what are your HostGator pros and cons? Drop your thoughts below. You can find my full HostGator web hosting review on screen right now, and subscribing helps you stay up to date. All right, enough chit chat. I'll see you all next time.